guys, so I hope the fan going in the background doesn't bother you too much. Hopefully you can still hear everything clearly. It's just really hot in my room, so I need it. Also, I'm not feeling great today, so I just decided to do this declutter and have a chill sit-down video where I don't have to put on any makeup or anything like that, and I'm in sweatpants, so very, very chill. What I'm going to be doing today is another makeup declutter, and today we're doing single eyeshadows, mascaras, brow products, eyelid primers, eyeliners, all sorts of stuff. So all of that kind of eye stuff, like singular eye stuff, I guess, that's not in palettes. I think I actually may end up getting rid of more stuff in this declutter than I did in the last one, just because looking at it I can see quite a few things that I do want to get rid of. Some of them might be a little harder for me to decide on, but we're gonna go through it all and figure it out. I guess we'll just start with this stuff over here. This is probably going to be the hardest because I really love single eyeshadows, and clearly I love ColourPop single eyeshadows. So like I said, I do really love the ColourPop ones. I don't think there's going to be a lot of these that I get rid of, but I'm going to go ahead and look through them. So first we have So Quiche, which I know that I am keeping. It is like my favorite. Okay, so then we have Central Perk, which is a matte. And I've talked about in lots of my videos that I really, really love their shimmery eyeshadows, but their matte ones are not my favorite. This is the only one that I have, but it just doesn't blend all that well on the lid. I do love the color of it, but it doesn't blend well. And I've been talking about it for so long how I don't really like it. I don't know why I've kept it for so long. I think because I do really love the color of it, and I love the name because it's called Central Perk, and I love Friends, but I don't know, I don't really like the formula. I wish I could find a color that's similar to it. I'm actually wondering if this NYX matte shadow is at all similar. That's what Central Perk looks like. I brought makeup wipes because I knew that I'd be swatching and stuff. Okay, then that's the NYX one. Yeah, obviously Central Perk is a lot more warm toned, but I was swatching it earlier because I wanted to see if I had similar colors in palettes, and I found one that's kind of similar. It's a bit lighter than this one is, but it's the same kind of a tone. I think I'm actually going to get rid of this, which is surprising to me because I love ColourPop eyeshadow so much, but I just don't love the matte formula. And I think I've just been trying to love it because I've seen some like beauty gurus somehow make it work for them, but a lot of people say that they don't like them. I don't see a point in keeping it when I have so many matte eyeshadows that I love so much more. By the way, guys, I just put this purple blanket down so that the products wouldn't roll away like they were last time. So moving down the line, we have Telepathy, which is one of my absolute favorites. Keeping that. Then Sequin, another one of my favorites, Beautiful Rose Gold. Bay, which I just recently wore in a video. It's this really pretty blue-purple duochrome. Gonna keep that. Yeah, I told you guys I'm gonna keep a lot of these ColourPop shadows. This one is Hammered. It's a really pretty dark olive green or something. I don't really know how to describe colors, I'm sorry, but I love that shade and I'm gonna keep that. Cricket is a beautiful deep purple. Gonna keep that. Then we have Puppy Love, which obviously I have used a lot of. It's been in project pans. I tried to use it up many times and I just never really got around to using it that much. It is such a pretty shade, but it's so hard to use once it gets to this point because it just kind of starts to crumble off, I feel like, and it's all around the sides. You can definitely like push it in and all of that stuff, but it just has a tendency to kind of go back to the sides. That is what it looks like. It's a very pretty light pink, very reflective. It kind of has a gold shift to it. I think at this point it's just kind of hard to use because there is so much of it gone, but I really do want to use it up. So I think I am going to keep this, and I'll have to put it in another project pan or something so that I make myself actually use it up. Next we have Coconut, which is a really pretty vibrant blue. I'm going to keep that. Eye Candy, which is one of my absolute favorites. It's a beautiful lilac-y purple. Then we have Girly, which is a very light vanilla shade with a pink shift. There's what that one looks like. Looking at it now, it actually does look a little bit similar to Puppy Love. I want to swatch them side by side. Okay, so the bottom one is Puppy Love and this one is Girly. I think I'm gonna have to put these in a maybe pile for now, so those are gonna go right over here. Moving on, we have Birthday Boy, which was a limited edition shade. That's what it looks like. Definitely keeping that. Then we have Get Lucky, which is a perfect gold shade, so I'm keeping that. Game Face, which is a perfect copper shade, and that is all of my ColourPop eyeshadows, so keeping a lot of those, maybe on a couple, and we got rid of one, so not too bad. I honestly love ColourPop eyeshadows, so I wasn't really expecting to get rid of any. Then we have this e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Ain't That Sweet. It's a really pretty pink shade. I actually wonder how similar this one is to Puppy Love over there. Okay, they're not actually that similar. I don't know how well you guys can tell that, but Ain't That Sweet is a lot more cool toned. This is a really pretty eye base and I love this color, so I'm gonna keep that. Next we have these Makeover Essentials eyeshadows. So these don't actually have names on them. They came in like a little set. These three, I'm pretty sure I am going to get rid of. I really like the color on this one. It's a really pretty purple shade, but it's just, it shows up like so patchy. Here, I'll swatch it. That's one swipe. You can't really see too much. Like, it's not very pigmented, and it just comes off a little patchy and just not the prettiest thing in the world. I mean, maybe I could probably work with it, but I just don't want to have to do that. So it is a really pretty color, but in my mind it's just not really worth it. Also, I wonder if Eye Candy is similar to it at all. I know, just swatching up everything. Oh no, Eye Candy is a lot lighter. Either way, I'm gonna get rid of this one because it's just not a formula that I like. And then these two, this gold and silver, I guess, they're just awful. They are so chunky and they have like no pigmentation. They're just not good. So that's what that one looks like. And then there's the silver one. So I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but they are very chunky and they just don't look flattering, really. The only one I'm kind of struggling with is this brown one, this kind of bronzy one, because it's a really pretty color, and this one actually is really pigmented. It looks so smooth. Like, this one actually does look really good quality. I just don't know if it's a color I would use that much. I think this is gonna go in the maybe pile as well. But I mean, I don't know, I just look at it and it looks so pretty, but it's such a dark color that I'm like, I don't know if I would reach for it in a single. Next we have this Milani Bella Gold eyeshadow. That's what it looks like. Part of it chipped off in the bottom, so it's a little broken, but it is such a pretty gold shade, and I really don't have a gold like this. That is what it looks like. It's a really pretty orangey gold, so I really like that. I am going to keep that. Then we have this single eyeshadow from Technique. I got a whole bunch of stuff in an advent calendar this Christmas from this brand, and I guess they're like a UK brand, but this doesn't have a name on it, like for the shade. It just says eyeshadow. That's what it looks like. It's kind of like a deep antique gold, but it just does not look pretty. Super chunky. That's it on the bottom. I'm not sure how well you can see, but it just kind of looks like a gross, I don't know. It doesn't look like a very pretty gold shade, so I don't really see myself reaching for that. I have never actually worn this on the eyes, but just from swatching it, I'm not too crazy about the color or the feel of the shadow, so I just don't really want to waste my time on it. Then we have this little tiny Buxom eyeshadow. It's super cute. I got this as a 100-point perk, and this is in Mink Magnet. It's a super pretty color. Reminds me of kind of the tones from the Naked 3 palette, and I really like the quality of this, so I'm going to keep that. Then we have this Sephora eyeshadow in the shade Mermaid Tail. This one is gorgeous. It's a blue with a purple shift, so kind of similar to Bay, but Bay comes off a lot more purple with like a blue shift. It looks blue in the pan, like a really dark blue, but once you swatch it, it actually is a deep purple with a blue shift, and then this one is more of a light blue with a purple shift. It's really pretty, super fun for colorful makeup days, so I'm going to keep that. Speaking of colorful, we have this L'Oreal Infallible single eyeshadow in the shade Endless Sea. It is a super pretty teal shade, and I absolutely love this shadow. It is so pigmented. I just love this. I actually want more of these shadows because they are amazing. Then we have the NYX shadow that I was trying to compare earlier. This is in Skinny Dip, and it is one of their matte shadows. It's a super pretty, cool-toned purple shade. I really love the quality of this, so I'm definitely keeping that. Then here we have some little random things that are kind of technically single eyeshadows. I don't know. This is not a single, but I decided to just throw it in here with this rather than like my palettes. It was in the same compartment with my single eyeshadow, so I just kind of threw this in here. I don't know. But this is a little revealed 3 palette sampler from Coastal Scents, and it came free with my Coastal Scents order when I got my palette from them. I swatched these. I wasn't too impressed. I mean, they're okay, but I don't think they're anything special. I just don't see myself using a little thing like this, so I'm gonna give that away to someone else who will hopefully use it more than I will. Then we have this J-Cat Beauty Shine Your Day Shimmery Powder. It's basically a loose pigment. I don't have the shade on here because they don't put that on here for some reason, but I think it's lavender pink or something like that. I love this. You can use it as a highlighter, you can use it on the eyes. It is beautiful. Such a pretty pigment, so I'm definitely keeping that. Then we have the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. Lots of people talk about this on YouTube. It is really good as a base for eyeshadow, especially if you want to make your shadow pop a bit more. So I am going to keep this and use it. I haven't used it too much, but I do want to get some more use out of it, so I'm going to keep that. I'll get back to these before the end of the video, I promise. I'll make a decision on them by then, but I do want to go ahead and get through this stuff. So we're going to go through my mascaras. First I'll start with the ones that are open, which are these 3 right here. So the Too Faced Better Than Size mascara is my favorite. This is a little mini size. I have a big size here. I'm keeping both of these. This one hasn't been opened yet, but I'm going to keep that so that I can use it once this one runs out. And then we have the Makeover Essentials mascara. I used this a couple times, and it just honestly doesn't do anything for your lashes. Like, it barely even makes them black. So for me, this was a fail getting rid of that. And then this e.l.f. 3-in-1 mascara. I had high hopes for this because when I first put it on in my full e.l.f. Get Ready With Me, I really liked the way that it made my lashes look. That was the first time that I'd ever used it. And the little ball on the end actually did make it easier to get into the corners of my eyes and stuff like that. But then I said this in the video that my lashes kind of started to stick together, and I don't mean like clumping. I mean like my top and bottom lashes felt like they were sticking together every time I blinked. Kind of like when you have a sticky lip gloss or something and you can feel it every time your mouth closes. That was how it was for when my eyes closed. And I tried it again like a week ago or a couple weeks ago, and it did the same exact thing. Every time I blinked, I could just feel it like sticking, and it was so annoying. I've never had a mascara do that. Super annoying, super disappointing because it did look really pretty, but I just could not deal with that. So if you can deal with that, it is a very pretty mascara, but it's just so annoying to deal with. So nope, going to give that away or something. Okay, then these two I have not opened yet. this one is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. A lot of people have talked about this on YouTube, so I do want to give it a try. This one is from the brand Technique that I showed you about. I don't have super high hopes for this one. It kind of is in the same packaging as this, and I just feel like it's gonna kind of do the same thing where it's not gonna do anything. I do want to open it real quick just to see the brush, but I think it's, yeah, just a pretty normal, like, spoolie. Honestly, I don't even think I really want to give this mascara a chance. I feel bad saying that because I love reviewing product and stuff, but to be honest, I just don't see this doing much for my lashes, and I just kind of don't want to waste the time on it, so I'm gonna give that away to somebody else. Down here, I actually do have a mascara primer from Technique. I kind of do feel like this makes my lashes look a little bit fuller, a little bit longer, like it does add a little something. But I don't know if it's worth like the extra step in my routine. I don't know how much I'll reach for it and stuff, you know? So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because I'm not sure about that. These are brow products, so I'm going to put them over there. I'm going to move on to eyeliners. Okay, so as you can see, I have two of the Marc Jacobs gel eyeliner, and this is the one that came in the birthday kit from last year. My mom gave me hers because she doesn't use black eyeliner. Yeah, this one is the one that I've been using. It's in my project pan, and then this one is the one that's brand new, basically. So I am going to keep both of these. It's a small little eyeliner, so that's why I'm keeping both, because I know that I will get through it. So, and I do really like those. And then the L'Oreal Silkissime, I think that's how you say it, but I've heard people say Silkissime, and I just feel like that's wrong. I don't know. Anyway, this is a really, really good eyeliner from the drugstore. Super creamy, super black. It stays put. It's actually super hard to get off, so I imagine it would stay in the waterline really, really well. I actually think I want to look into more colors of this so that I could play around with different colors on the waterline, but this one is really good. I don't use eyeliner too much, but when I do, I like to have some good ones on hand. This Sephora Nano eyeliner in Iced Brown. I got this to put in my waterline, so that is what it looks like. It's a really pretty color, and it does feel really nice and creamy, but I just don't know. Ugh. I feel like it doesn't show up that well in the waterline. It kind of shows up, but I feel like it fades really fast, and it just doesn't really show up enough. It's hard for me because I love this color so much, and the formula would be really good on top of the lid, but I know I won't use it like that, and it's not a horrible formula for in the waterline. I just feel like it doesn't stay as well as I want it to, and it doesn't show up as well as I want it to. So for me, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of it. But it does make me kind of sad. I'm hoping maybe my sister will take it and she'll use it more than I would. Then we have these two, and this is from Technique and Makeover Essentials. So lots of the stuff that I've been getting rid of. I've tried these both out, and I don't really like them that much. They're kind of scratchy on the lid. I don't really like this format. I don't know. It's different than like this one or this one, even though they both have to be sharpened. I feel like those two aren't as scratchy as like these with the kind of wooden tip. Like I said, I don't use eyeliner that much, so I just want the ones that I really, really love, and I'm gonna get rid of these two. So now we're gonna go through brow stuff. This is actually all the brow stuff that I have right now. My favorite brow pencil, which I've talked about many times on my channel, is the L'Oreal Brow Definer. I love it so much, but I go through it super quick. So right now I have recently just gone through that one, so I don't have it currently. I will repurchase it eventually. So right now I've been using the e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe. This one is good. It's more of a thick pencil, and it's actually kind of coming out. Okay, great. I think this, yep, it's like coming out. So I think it's almost gone actually. Well, I know it is, I just took it out. So this one is actually almost gone, so I am going to be very careful with it so I don't toss that around or lose it. And I do really like this one, so I'm going to keep it and I guess use it up because apparently it's almost gone. And then I'm going to need a new brow pencil. So I'm going to probably go back to the L'Oreal one. I don't know. But this one is $2, so it is really nice to have. And then I have this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Designer, not the Definer, which I love. Also, I love that both of these pencils have a spoolie on the end, just a side note. But this one is like a wooden one, so I just had to do a little bit of swatching because I just wanted to see how like hard it was to get color payoff from this and compare it to the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one, it's not like super pigmented, which you don't really want a brow product to be like super pigmented right away because you don't just want like a line across your brows. But the e.l.f. one, I didn't have to press too hard or anything to get nice pigmentation. This one, I feel like I have to press super hard to be able to get the pigmentation that I want, and I just don't use it, I think, because of that. I think I am going to get rid of that. Then I have this e.l.f. eyebrow kit, and this one is in light. Basically, you get like a brow pomade and a brow powder. This is really good. I prefer the pencil format, especially like the thinner pencils, but I do like this sometimes. I like to use this when my brows are being like super stubborn, and basically when I'm having trouble with certain spots, I'll take some of this darker shade because it is a bit darker than my brow, and I'll just fill in the sparse spots. Yeah, I am going to keep this. Plus, because I run out of brow pencils so easily, it's nice to have something as a backup when I do run out and I can't just go and get another one super quickly. So then we have these two brow gels. First we have one from Mary Kay, which is just a clear brow gel. The thing with this though is I just find that it doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't make my brows stay in place whatsoever. It just kind of does nothing, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Then this one from Technique, I actually do like. It's a little warm. I wouldn't say it's like the perfect brow gel, but it is pretty good. I do want to try some more. Now we are on to eye primers. So first I have this e.l.f. Shadow Lock eyeshadow primer, I think is what it's called. This one is good. I think it's around $2, so really cheap. It's not my absolute favorite of these. I just feel like it doesn't last quite as long as these other ones do. It does last a really long time though, and it makes eyeshadows look a lot more vibrant and definitely evens out the tone of your lid. So I do really like this. I would repurchase it if I needed an eyeshadow primer in a pinch because it is really inexpensive. I am going to keep that though. Then I have this little Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the original and it's just a little mini size that I got as a 100-point perk. It is so small, but I loved the packaging of this, by the way. But this one is my favorite. It is amazing. It makes your eyeshadows stay all day long. I would definitely repurchase this once it runs out, and I will probably get the full size. I don't know if it actually comes in smaller sizes, but I definitely consider getting this once everything runs out. Then I have this Hard Candy Eyes the Limit eyeshadow primer. This one you can see that I have done in Project Pans. I've tried using this multiple ways on the face and on the eyes, and I just don't really like it either way. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Then I have the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This one is another little mini. It came in a kit with this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I do really like this one. Not quite as much as the Urban Decay one, but it's still a really good option. I don't know if I'd ever purchase this because I think it's the same exact price as the Urban Decay, so I might as well get that one since I like it a bit more. But it is a really good eyeshadow primer. Then lastly is the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is amazing. If you can find Milani, because I don't know, they're super hard for me to find these days. But if you can find them, this is an amazing eyeshadow primer from the drugstore, so I definitely want to keep this one. Now I have my, my maybe pile. This is the hard part, you guys. Whenever I get to the maybes, I'm just, it's so hard. Okay. I think I am going to get rid of this mascara primer. Not that it's bad, it does its job okay, but I just don't feel like it's really a necessary step for me. Maybe if it just blew my socks off, if it was absolutely amazing and game-changing, then yeah, but it's just okay, so I don't really feel like I need it. I think I am going to keep this Makeover Essentials eyeshadow because it looked so pretty in the swatch. So this is the really hard one because I love ColourPop eyeshadow so much, but I have to be honest with myself and, you know, ask myself, do I really use these? Do I really need them? I think I am going to keep Girly because it was so pretty swatched and it's a really pretty color. I just wasn't sure how much I would use it, but I think, I can find ways to use this because I used to use it like all over the lid, but that's not really my jam anymore. But I think tapped in the center of the lid, under the brow bone, in the inner corner, even used on the face as a highlight, this would be really pretty. So I'm going to keep that. Okay. Then we have Puppy Love, and I don't know what to do. Okay, I think I am going to keep this because it is a really pretty color, and I think I can find ways to use it up. In case you're wondering what this little J-Cat pigment looks like, I did want to swatch it next to this to see if it was similar at all, and that is right there. Super blinding beautiful. It's also right here. I just wiped off the excess that was on my finger right there. Very different from this shadow, just a lot icier, but super pretty. Okay, so here is everything I'm keeping, here's everything I'm getting rid of. I know it's not very evenly matched. You know what, you guys? I do really want to see this one through because it's almost gone, and it is such a pretty color, but I know myself and this is just, it's just too annoying to use at this point. I think I have to get rid of it, you guys. I don't know. It makes me kind of sad, but I feel like I won't use it. I don't know. Okay, you guys, so this has been really like hard for me, I guess. I feel very stressed now. You know, guys, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this other Makeover Essentials eyeshadow too. Oh my gosh. It is so pigmented and so nice, but I just know myself and I know that I won't reach for that. I have so many deep bronze shades in palettes, and I mean, I barely reach for those. Sometimes I do a look with those, but I have them in palettes where I'll use them more often. I don't think I'll reach for one in a single eyeshadow, so hoping somebody else can use that and love it because it is really good. Okay, so now I'm going to count these up and see. So over here we are keeping 33 and we're getting rid of 18. So not too bad. We're getting rid of half the amount that we're keeping, if that makes sense. So I am obviously keeping more than I'm getting rid of. I'm not surprised at that. But I feel like I did good. It was hard for me, but I got rid of stuff that I know I won't use. And this stuff, I look at it and I feel inspired. I feel happy to have all of this in my collection. And this stuff over here, even though some of it was really hard to get rid of, I know that it was just cluttering up my collection. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!